Today marks exactly chapter 10 of 12, 2 months before the year concludes. Good evening and a warm welcome to another fresh week of the Primetime News Edition. I'm Michael Madimba. We begin tonight's bulletin from the State House, where Head of State Dr. Hage Geingob extended a message of condolence on behalf of the government and the nation to President Yoon Suk Yeol and the people of South Korea, following a deadly stampede that led to the demise of over 150 people in Seoul during Halloween activities on Saturday. The head of state noted Namibia joins the people of South Korea in mourning the lives lost in the tragic incident. He further wished a speedy recovery to all those injured in the tragedy. Namibia and South Korea enjoy warm and excellent bilateral relations. On to SADC happenings. In a media statement issued by the presidency on Sunday, Head of State Dr. Hage Geingob pledged the SADC organ on politics, defense and security cooperation will continue to support the Kingdom of Lesotho and the realization of the ongoing political reforms in that country. Sawi Al-Siku filed this report.
President Dr. Hage Geingob said this when he chaired a meeting of the SADC organ troika in Maseru, Lesotho, and also witnessed the swearing-in ceremony of Prime Minister Sam Matekane. A media statement said Geingob convened a meeting of the SADC troika with the objective of reviewing the progress of SADC decisions in the Kingdom of Lesotho, Eswatini, Mozambique, and Congo. The statement read, Geingob thanked the Independent Electoral Commission of Lesotho and the people for a free and peaceful elections, as had been reflected in the reports of the SADC Electoral Observation Mission. Geingob said, following the successful conclusion of the general election in Lesotho, the leaders of the organ troika expressed satisfaction with the progress in that country and agreed to accompany the country with ongoing reforms in order to consolidate democracy and stability. Reporting for Primetime News, Linia Dishena.
Moving on. A member of the Nampos Protected Resources Unit in the Otjiwarongo region, who is accused of the alleged theft of a rhino horn while under his care, has resigned. Molisa Simiasa, our correspondent in that region, filed the story.
This was revealed by the head of Nampos Protected Resources Unit, Deputy Commissioner Barry de Klerk, during the accused Salatiel Simon's bail application hearing on Friday. De Klerk, who is the immediate supervisor of Simon and now a state witness, also informed Magistrate Penkon Jambi Shipo that the accused resigned on the 19th of October 2022, citing personal reasons, and that his last working day is the 1st of November 2022. De Klerk opposed the granting of bail, saying Simon might interfere with police investigations, which have just started, and might abscond since he has quit his job, which was his main source of income. He said it was also not in the interest of the public and that of the administration of justice, as some of the accused persons Simon arrested for a similar charge are also still in custody, failing to secure bail.
Staying in the Otjiwarongo region. The Central North Regional Electricity Distributor on Friday officially switched on the electricity to 192 houses in the Ombili informal settlement at Otjiwarongo. Once more, Melissa Simiasa brings us this report.
Senared Board Chairperson Moses Machai switched on the electricity and also launched the company's customer service charter document, which pledges to deliver quality services to its customers. Machai said the newly completed electrification project for the 192 households has cost Senared about 1.8 million Namibian dollars. He said they will also very soon launch another electrification project and they will electrify 100 more households in the same area. Out of the 48,600 residents of Otjiwarongo, 22,500 are inhabitants of the informal settlements, and this, he said, should force Senared to strengthen its business plans and electrify the informal areas of the town in order to generate revenues. Reporting for Primetime News, Linia Dishena.
When we return, Namibia launches one-stop center for investors to improve ease of doing business. Welcome to Primetime Biz, where business and economics take center stage. Namibia on Friday launched a one-stop center for investors aimed at streamlining procedures for new and existing investors to enable them to conduct their businesses in a conducive investment environment.
Speaking at the launching ceremony, Minister of Industrialization and Trade Lucia Ipumbu said the center exists to facilitate sufficient services as well as boost the confidence of both local and foreign investors in all productive sectors of the economy. She said the center is a crucial investment facilitation mechanism where relevant government offices are coordinated at a single point to provide prompt, efficient and transparent services to investors to shorten and simplify administrative procedures and guidelines, ultimately thereby removing bottlenecks faced by both local and foreign investors in establishing and running businesses in Namibia. Ipumbu added the improvement of the country's ease of doing business is a crucial precondition in ensuring that this strategic objective is fulfilled through the operationalization of the Investors One-Stop Center. The services offered will range from consultations, business information, facilitation of visas and work permit applications, and provision of relevant information regarding business registration, services such as business establishment, income tax, VAT and investment support, amongst many others.
On to some agribusiness. Minister of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform Carly Schleitwein stressed Namibia's livestock sector is in dire straits in that most local farmers export winners directly to South Africa with no value added across the value chain, creating wealth only for the farmer. Schleitwein recently noted this during a meeting with livestock farmers and maize producers around the Grootfontein area.
Our first priority is now food self-sufficiency for staples. That is for grains and for protein. Now, on the protein side, we produce huge surpluses. For protein is fine. We don't have to do much in protein as a food, but we have to do something very drastically on livestock because the livestock sector is in trouble. Now, the trouble that we believe is there is an negative balance that caused a shortening of the value chain instead of a lengthening of it. So the wealth creation potential of the livestock sector has declined because of the fact that we sell weaners, we sell our beef in the rawest possible form. And we cannot expect any wealth creation if we do that. There's no possibility to create wealth other than for the farmers. So we believe that that value chain must be slowly and without imbalancing others, but it must be regrown. We must have a better balance between exporting weaners and producing slaughter-ready cattle and slaughter them ourselves and get back into processing and selling of and trading in finished goods.
And that's all the top news we had for you this evening. Stay tuned for the business and economics roundup, followed by the weather forecast. Welcome to Sport Planet. We begin the segment with some boxing. Philippus Energy Ngitumbwa retained his WBO Super Bantamweight title when he stopped South Africa's Sabelo Ngebinyange in the 11th round at Ramatex in Windhoek on Saturday evening. Sensing that his opponent was hurt, Ngitumbwa landed several shots to the South African boxer's ribcage area, leading to his corner throwing in the towel to protect their boxer from further injury in the 11th round. The victory saw Energy improve his record to 17 fights, 16 wins and 1 defeat, while Ngebinyange suffered his 6th loss from 21 fights with 15 victories. On to the high-octane world of Formula One. Lewis Hamilton said we should all come off social media, describing the online platforms as increasingly toxic. Now, the 7-time Formula One world champion, who has more than 30 million followers on Instagram and almost 8 billion on Twitter, made the claim following Red Bull's Sky TV boycott at the Mexican Grand Prix. Max Verstappen and his entire Red Bull team, including team principal Christian Horner, refused to speak to the broadcaster on Sunday, a week after pit lane reporter Ted Kravitz said Hamilton was robbed of an 8th world championship at last year's much-debated season finale in Abu Dhabi. Kindly stay tuned for your sports roundup. We the sports news have come to the end of tonight's primetime news. Many thanks for watching. Do make a date with us tomorrow as we bring you the latest national, continental and global happenings on. From myself, Michael Madimba, and of course the crew that ensures this newscast comes to you, it's good night.